Small World by Laura Zigman. I love this author. I love separation anxiety. Her last book, so good. This one, Small World, so good. It's a story about two offbeat and newly divorced sisters who move in together as adults and finally reckon with their childhood. They had a not so great cohabitation, and instead of forging this bond that they thought they were going to have together, their relationship frays. They rarely discuss the loss of their sister, Eleanor, who was significantly disabled and died when she was only 10 years old. And when new revelations from their family's history come to light, will those secrets further split them apart or course correct their relationship for the future? Uh, the author has based this on, sadly, on a story that she knows too well. She had a very similar situation in her own life. And this is really about how the loss of this child, this sibling, affected all of their lives and affected their relationships with their parents, and affected the relationships of each other with each other. It's really interesting. But trust me when I tell you, there is humor in this book. She writes so well. She gets characters, she gets the tone, she gets the heartbeat. She's a terrific writer, nuanced, authentic, humorous, and heartfelt. Laura Zigman writes like nobody else I've ever read. Small World by Laura Zigman, coming out in January.
The Farewell Tour by Stephanie Clifford. This is the author of the New York Times bestseller Everybody Rise. It's a really rich and riveting novel with exquisite historical detail and a really evocative setting. Think The Cold Millions or The Great Circle. It's 1980 and Lillian Waters is hitting the road for the very last time. She's pretty jaded from her years in the music business. She's perpetually hungover and diagnosed with career-ending vocal problems, but she kind of cobbles together this nationwide farewell tour featuring some old hands from her early days, playing honky-tonk bars in Washington State and Nashville, and then a few new ones coming along. And she really wants to feel that rush of making live music again. But now she has to get ready for this most important stop on the tour, the last one, the farm she left behind when she was 10, and the sister she's finally ready to confront about an agonizing betrayal in their childhood. And it crisscrosses eras in this novel between her youth. There's the Depression and the Second World War, and then the rise of Nashville, and then her middle-aged life in 1980s. She's going to have to be forced to confront those choices and how they shaped her life. And it explores her creativity, ambition, and sacrifices in a world and an art form made for men.